so that's what we're doing. I'm just gonna throw my hair back because can't really do my makeup with this all in my face. I don't particularly like the way I look with my hair in like a low pony like this. Like, ew, I'm not into it. But, you know, it's how it has to be. We are also gonna ignore the fact that I have like no eyelashes on this eye. Shh. Okay, so let's apply something on my lips because I can literally feel them shriveling up as we sit here. So I'm gonna apply the Tatcha lip mask. It's really pretty and I really like it. I don't think I'd ever buy this on its own, but it was a Christmas gift that I'm happy I got, so we're gonna grab the little spatula. I hope that didn't make any sound. So it comes with a little spatula, and you just grab some. That might not have been enough. And it feels and looks really nice. So I'm into it. What do you guys think? I like it. And then I'm wearing a pajama shirt. I usually just go like that because it's like just a lip product. Who cares? Okay. Next, I'm gonna do some skin stuff because I'm like dry. A big thing doing your makeup is you want your skin to be nice and moisturized. So we're gonna go in with the Tatcha water cream. I love this stuff. It's like not too oily. It's very refreshing. It's good for combination skin, which is what I have. Oh, it says normal to oily skin. So it doesn't really make you feel super greasy, which I hate. So I don't usually use the spoon on this one because I don't think it's really necessary. So we'll just grab some. It also is anti-aging. You know, better to start early. And don't neglect your neck and your chest. It's like your second face. I'm actually not gonna do my chest right now though because I usually like reach up under my shirt and that's kind of awkward. You know? So let's think what I want to start talking about today. I am gonna be when I put anything on my face, my skin is super sensitive, so it just lights up red from just me touching it. Anyways, I am preparing to start massage therapy school this month. Actually, January 19th will be my first day. January 12th is my orientation. So I'm really excited for that. My teeth look kinda... Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it isn't. Who cares? What was I saying before I got distracted? Massage therapy. So I'm doing it with my best friend. Recently filmed a video with her doing her makeup, Helena. We're gonna go to massage therapy school together. Very excited. I'm gonna go crazy with the facial products today just because I feel like it, because I never do that, and I want to see if it makes my makeup look better. So I'm gonna go in with this Too Faced Hangover Primer. I remember I used this for a long time as like a literal moisturizer because I just liked the way it felt. It actually much set on that for like a year maybe. And then recently I got my first massage and I was like, I like this. Felt good. And I don't mean the massage, I just mean like watching the profession in person. I liked it, you know. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this Luminous Putty Primer by e.l.f. This will be my first time trying this. I have the Poreless Putty by them that everybody loves, that it reminds them of that Tatcha product. But I got this in an advent calendar. Getting my greasy fingers all over it. And I've yet to try it, so I was actually live when I opened it up and I said I would try it in a video, I think. So we're going for a luminous look tonight. It's winter right now, and where I live it gets very cold in the winter time, and my skin like dries up. So I haven't felt very luminous lately. I actually haven't done my makeup in a long time. Jeez. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, so yeah, I got the massage and I was loving the practice in general. So I started looking into schooling for it. I started looking into jobs that were available near me, you know, the benefits, the wage. And I began comparing it to estheticians, and I was starting to feel the massage therapy more. So I found a school. You know, there were obviously schools that popped up that are very popular, and I went and visited one, and it was lovely. It was very expensive, so I was like, and it was not like crazy, like nothing like, wow, this school is like top notch, you know what I mean, for the price that they were offering, I guess. So I found a school that's kind of more low-key. They don't really promote themselves, so I had to search for it a little bit. It is a bit of a commute, so that's stressful thinking about, but I know it seems like I'm using 5,000 primers, but I am going to use the Professional just on my T-zone to fill in some pores. Like I said, I'm going crazy with face products today. This is by Benefit, the Professional Pore Primer. Really good for filling in pores. I want to look luminous, but I don't want to look like oily and like have my pores sticking out, you know? So, me and Helena, we went and visited this like more low-key school, and it was lovely. Everybody was so positive, so kind. It was affordable. So we applied, and now our first day is coming up. And we honestly just can't wait to get, you know, working. I feel like it's a really cool opportunity to be able to start school in January and be able to finish in July. It's only a 7-month program, and be working, so. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with these MAC Dazzle Drops, because we're feeling luminous. I've never really put like sparkly things under my foundation before, so I'm excited to see what it looks like. Might look like crap, who knows. Yeah, we're excited to just like become adults, I guess. Have our first serious jobs. Oops, I didn't get anything. And hopefully I can incorporate this into my videos too. I would love to do massage videos. I think once you have had a massage and you watch a video of somebody being massaged, you can almost feel the sensation let's see what this looks like when we mix it in. Okay. Ooh. Not loving the way this feels on my skin. Almost like it's tingling, like I'm allergic. I definitely look luminous though, I'll give them that. These are the MAC Dazzle drops in the shade Dazzle Peach. It's a glass bottle. Okay, I am gonna pull out a mirror quickly. I hope that you guys don't mind, but it's probably, well, it is definitely going to be like in your vision, so I'm sorry if that bothers anybody. But I need to be able to see what I'm doing, you know. Okay. So let's do eyebrows first. How about that? I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde with the brush that you can buy with the dip brow at the store. My hands are so oily from all the products, I can't open anything. I figured within this rant I could talk about my trip to Hawaii that I've gotten a few questions about. I didn't really want to like talk about it because it was a little like traumatic, but I feel like ready enough, calmed down enough to be able to talk about it. I don't want to make a whole video dedicated to it because I feel like that's just like dramatic and like I don't want to do that. So I figured slipping it in this video would be like, you know, people who want to hear about it will hear about it. But I'm not like making a huge deal. So for those of you who don't know, a couple months back I was going to go work on a farm in Hawaii for a couple months. I was using the website Woof. If you don't know what that is, you can go on and find farms all over the US and out of country as well. And you apply to different farms, you get accepted, and then you work for free, but they give you a place to stay. You work a certain amount of hours, and then you have the rest of your time to, you know, explore where you're staying at. So I looked up tons of tips on how to use the website, and of course one of the tips was don't go for the very first farm that accepts you. And I didn't. I went for the second farm that accepted me. I definitely should have looked more or made sure to find a farm that was more, you know, up to date. But I got excited, and you know, the person looked really cool, down to earth. So I was like, I want to go. I had this planned for about 2-3 months prior. So, you know, it's very exciting for me. So the day rolls around where it's time to go. I started to notice as the trip came up, I was getting less and less excited actually. And more nervous. And I did not expect that. I expected to just be excited. So, had a great flight. I'm vaccinated, by the way. like to do brows before face makeup. You know, flying was a bit stressful, especially it being my first time alone, and my first time being alone being my first layover. Also, the longest flight I've ever flown, I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus to get the eyebrow more even with my other brow. You know what I mean. Jelly bean. Is that better? I think so. But I'm very proud of myself for flying on my own. I did so good. Way better than I thought I was gonna do. Uh-oh, this is not looking cute. I'm gonna take a second to like fix my eyebrow off camera because it's not doing what I wanted to do. Okay guys, I went ahead and finished filling in my eyebrows. I put concealer on my eyelids and then on some like problem areas, so that's why I look like that scene in Jennifer's Body when she's like covering up the dead. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna go dive into eyeshadow now and continue our story. But I'm gonna be using the Blush Crush palette by ColourPop tonight. I'm just going for like a little pinky look. Nothing crazy. I realized with heavy eyeshadow, I don't like the way it looks on me, personally. So here's the shades. Very cute. I love this palette. My nose is itchy. So anyway, yes, you can see I'm very proud of myself for flying, since I keep saying it. But there were a couple stressful moments for sure. I remember my first layover ever. I was in Dallas, and my eye hurts, sorry. They did not tell me that I needed to get a wristband to get into Hawaii until about 20 minutes before the flight, so I'm running down the hallway to go get my wristband. Lo and behold, the line is enormous. And so I'm waiting, like panicking, hoping I'm not gonna miss my flight. Because that would suck. I'd be stuck in freaking Dallas. And I get to the front and the lady is like, "Do you have your code?" And I'm like, "What code?" She's like, "Your code. Did you fill out the information?" Which I had filled out the information, but I didn't get a code. So I was like, so this lady literally had to take my phone for me and go through it and find it like I was a child, because I couldn't find my code. I felt so bad. I was like, "Thank you." She was so nice about it. You can tell she was like, "Oh my god, I just need to like do my job and move on to the next person." But I run in and I'm literally the last person to get on the plane. So that was scary, but whatever. It works out. I arrive. It's hot. Like, I remember coming off of the plane, and the airport in Hawaii is a lot different than any airport I've been to. It's outdoors. So you're immediately outside as soon as you get off of the plane. And I was wearing my blanket sweater because it was freezing on the plane. And I'm like, it like hits me, the heat. And I'm like, ugh. So I take my sweater off and I go to get my bag, which I was really stressed about too for some reason. And then I wait for my host to pick me up at the airport. So he picks me up and he has another girl with him. And they seemed very kind. I was pretty excited. We drove around a bit, went to the store. Everything seemed fine. I don't know. You know. Very eccentric, but I was expecting that, and I was fine with it, you know. I'd rather be with people that have a little character. But thinking back on it, I actually would rather not. I would rather be with people that are a little bit more mellow, because be done. So that stressed me out right off the bat. I was like, what am I gonna do for 2 months? And it was not clean, you know what I mean? Like, it was as clean as it could be for the conditions of it, which I was dealing with well. I was not expecting anything high-end or crazy, and I was fine with it not being up to date, you know what I mean? It's kind of like camping, and I love to camp, so I had already prepared myself for it to not be fancy. I obviously knew that. I had seen pictures of the place before I arrived, so that really wasn't like the thing that bothered me. There was a porta potty, so you could not go to the bathroom like in an actual bathroom. So that was probably one of the things that I didn't like, because I didn't want to go outside at night. And it was also very open, like anybody could just walk up and take me, so that was scary. So the first night just sort of settled in. I think it was like a Friday or a Saturday, so we're not supposed to really work on the weekend anyway. I had just arrived. So, yeah. They said we would go snorkeling and blah blah. So I was pretty excited. Nervous, of course, but excited. What happened next? Just trying to wrap my head around where it went next. I'd say the next thing that happened was... Sorry, I'm just trying to like do my eyeshadow and talk and remember at the same time. How about I go for the next like red flag? The food situation. I noticed I was not being fed every day, which was what, was agreed. I work for free, but I have a place to stay and I have food to eat. And, woof, guidelines are that you're fed, more than once a day. But he was feeding us once a day, which I was fine with, but then there were days where I wasn't fed at all. So I was like, I'm hungry. And I ended up going to the market one day and stocking up on some food because I was going to bed hungry. So that was not part of the agreement, you need to be fed. I'm pretty sure some eyeshadow's coming off of this brush from the last time I used it, which sucks. Because I'm not going to be able to match my eyes now. Damn it. Let's see, maybe not. Yeah. Shit. Oh. I usually don't swear in my videos. I can get away with one poop word, right? I hope. So yeah, I'm eating mac and cheese cups basically and getting dinner every once in a while. Uh-oh. They're different colors. This is not good. Alright, let's try to make them more similar. Uh-oh. This is not good. I should have cleaned this brush off before I used it. The next thing that really bothered me was he had come home from work because he would go into town to work. And I did not feed the chickens because I assumed that was something that he did, because every time I would look in, there was food on the floor, so I wanted to make sure I was not overfeeding anything, and I was also never told to feed the chickens, so I just didn't. I did what I was told to do. And he had come home and started throwing things around and swearing and yelling, and it made me very nervous being in a place that I'm not used to and having, a man was just getting uncomfortable. And then one day, he would also just make lots of sexual jokes that were very uncomfortable, to hear. So I didn't love that either. So one day I was just, I was repotting a plant, and my roommate, that's what I'm just gonna call her because that's what she was for the time, she had put the curtain between our beds down, so I assumed she wanted to be alone, so I left her alone. And the TV was on her side of the room, so she had turned the TV on pretty loud, so I was like, okay, she wants her space. So I just went outside and I started, repotting a plant. And I come in probably an hour later to ask her a question, and she's not there. I'm like, hello? Her drawer was completely cleared out. Her bed was made. Her stuff was gone. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, did she leave me here? The only thing really keeping me, there was the fact that she was there, that I had somebody else with me, so if anything, happened, I was not alone. And initially, she had said to me that, we would stick together and watch out for each other, so that was not good, and it was not cool of her, because I had actually called, people and told them I was starting to get uncomfortable, and they were like, you should leave. And I said, no, I can't leave her here alone. I would not feel comfortable leaving a woman in that situation. So I was, putting myself at risk, in hopes of making sure somebody else was okay. And they just had no consideration for me at all. And just left me there. And, she had discussed with me how he had made her uncomfortable as well. So I thought that was just not cool to not even tell me. We totally could have, escaped together and had a good time in Hawaii. But, yeah, so I spent my first night there alone. He had not yet known that she left. I didn't tell him because, quite frankly, I didn't want him to know that I was staying alone. So the morning came around, and I decided I was going to leave in the morning if she was not there. Because sometimes, like I said, she would come back late. So I woke up and she did not return. And he gave me a phone call and was just asking about her. And it was clear that he did not know she left. So I said, oh, she never came back. And he immediately starts almost panicking. That made him nervous. Before that even happened, he starts saying to me that he does not have enough work for me on the farm, and implying that I find another farm to go to, which finding a farm like that is not just snapping your fingers, I mean, I was there, I had spent the money on the flight, I was there, and he's saying he doesn't have work for me, and that he had discussed it with the other girl that was staying there, and that she couldn't find another farm. So I was basically being asked to leave. He didn't say you have to leave, but he was basically asking me to leave, which I was not mad about because I wanted to leave. But thinking back, that's pretty rude. I mean, I spent the money to come here. It had only been a week at that point. So, he then proceeds to tell me that this girl had been talking about me to him, saying that I don't talk to her enough. I can't remember what else he said. Honestly, I could care less. It was so stupid. But basically, she had been talking about me to him, which I'm assuming he was as well, because the only time he told me she was saying things about me was when I told him she left, and he didn't like that. So then he starts panicking and gets into more detail about, them, which I don't want to get into detail about. And I was like, okay, I have to get out of here. I'm feeling extremely unsafe. Uber app does not allow you to, well, it makes it look like you can book an Uber, when in reality, once you click on it, it says there's no drivers available. So I click, no drivers available. I immediately start panicking, and I'm like, oh, okay, relax, let's call like a taxi place. So I call up a taxi place, and they're like, yes. At this point, he had said he was coming back to take me snorkeling, which I did not want to do alone. You know what I mean? And he was gonna come back early to take me snorkeling, so I'm like calling this taxi company, like, when can you get here? They're like, it's gonna take about an hour and a half. And I was like, can you come any sooner? And they said, what did they say? They said no, because that's how far you are. That's how long it's gonna take us to get to you. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Freaking out on the inside. So I'm like pacing back and forth, trying to figure out where this Uber driver is even gonna, taxi cab is even gonna pick me up, because the farm I was on, when you put in the address, it brings you to a different point than where I was actually at. So I had to like send him a picture of my actual location, because he said the reception was bad there and that he wouldn't get a hold of me. Oh my god, I was freaking out. He got there, he found me perfectly. I was sitting out on the side of the road with my suitcase, like, help. Oh, I was like about to get away. He's like, can I use the bathroom? I'm like, yeah, there's a porta potty over there. Hurry. Like praying this guy isn't gonna drive up in the middle of me escaping. So once I got to the hotel, I was starving, by the way, like so hungry. I had been eating mac and cheese cups. I think he had given me dinner like 3 times within the week that I stayed there. And that was all the food I had gotten, so I was eating like popcorn and mac and cheese cups. Oops. So I get to this hotel, and I'm like, oh my god. As they're checking in, they're giving like their credit cards, and I'm like, oh, what if I'm not old enough to get this hotel room? I already booked it, and I have nowhere else to go until tomorrow when my flight is. So I go up, and I don't know if the girl was just being nice. She made my check-in super quick, and she just gave me my key and let me go up. So I don't know if she recognized that I was like a literal mess, like sweaty, gross mess, like dying on the inside, a young girl alone, and was just like, give her her room. I'm not sure, but I feel like that's what might have happened. So I was very thankful, because I was freaking out in line. And you know what I did? Right off the bat, I run to the restaurant in this hotel. This hotel was beautiful. It was literally like $250 a night, but I did not even care, because I just wanted to eat and have at least one good night after spending all this money on the plane tickets. So I go upstairs, and I just like lay on the bed, and I sent this man a message saying that I had left. I had locked the cats up because he had cats, and I had fed the chickens, and that I was going to spend my last day, because he had literally asked me to leave, enjoying myself. And he sent me back a mean message, and so I cried. But that's just because I'm a people pleaser, and that I will literally die before I hurt somebody's feelings. I spent hours deciding if I was gonna leave or not, because I didn't want to hurt this man's feelings, even though he was making me very uncomfortable. So you should have seen me at that restaurant. God, I ordered a poke bowl, I ordered nachos, I ordered a pina colada. The next day, I got like the big breakfast. I was just so hungry. I went and swam in the pool and watched the sunset as I was swimming. Oh my god, it was beautiful. I went and watched a movie in my hotel room, and I ordered ice cream. I was having a blast. And I think I was having having such a blast because I was so, like, deprived and anxious and sad, and so just coming to such a beautiful place after like a hell week, literally, was so relieving, and the staff was so friendly. So yeah, unfortunately I woke up in the morning and got diarrhea. Because I think the ice in the pina colada, maybe, that's all I can think of, was, you know, the ice blended in it, at their water, unfiltered, and gave me stomach issues. So I had to take a little anti-diarrhea thing for the plane ride home, because the plane ride is so long and I don't need to be pooping on a plane. You know, it's just like, I'm not into it. I don't want to do that. So I took a little anti-diarrhea thing. I take my Uber to the plane ride to the airport. And what's next? What do I do next? Pretty much sugar-free from there on. A very long trip home. My stomach was cramping the whole time because of the water, I think. So it was very painful. My second flight got delayed by like an hour and a half, so that sucked. And then I got home and still had an hour car ride home, and I can't explain to you, like, I was ill from 1 week down there, just from my experience, mentally, physically ill. I remember the car ride home, I was like, please, I just need to get home. I feel sick, I need to get in bed. My stomach hurts. My brain hurts. But I got home and I just, like, appreciated everything in my life so much more. I was just, like, cuddling my kitties and, like, laying in my soft bed. I think that I handled the situation very well. I stuck it out as long as I could. You know what I mean? I didn't just bail as soon as it got hard, but I bailed when it got unsafe. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm even leaving out some details, honestly. It was even worse, like, there was other things going on, so I'm just super duper grateful that I got out of the situation safely. Looking back at it, it could have ended differently for sure. I was getting really horrible feelings in my stomach. I kept getting a really, like, overpowering feeling of, like, sadness, like I wasn't gonna be able to go home, and it was like the scariest thing in the world. But what's really strange and actually quite empowering is that the way I handled it, and the way I literally saw my life, like, flash before my eyes, which sounds so dramatic, but seriously, I did. I had got these waves of sadness, like I wasn't gonna be able to leave for some reasons, you know. And I didn't panic. I got crap done, you know. Of course, I think I cried more the week that I had stayed there than I did the day that I decided I needed to escape, you know. I think I cried once during that process, and it was very quick, and I was like, get yourself together, we've got to get out of here. And I did it, and it cost a lot of money, but I'm alive, so that's cool. So I had prepared my channel for me being away a long time. Not so much in November, more October. And I didn't really need to, because I came back after a week. It was definitely embarrassing to have everybody ready for me to be going on this awesome trip, and then coming back after a week. Like, it was very embarrassing for me. But I'm getting over it, you know. It's even scary talking about it right now. I keep getting like nervous as I'm talking. But I deserve to, you know, talk about something that made me uncomfortable. And you guys wanted to know what happened, so. And I didn't give any names or anything. I don't think that's like, I don't need to do that, you know. Just happy it's over, and hoping no one else has to go through that. And if I were to ever use the app again, I would do more research on whoever I was going to stay with, and I'd probably do it closer to home, so that if I needed to leave, it would not be as expensive, and it would be quicker, you know. So yeah, I don't know why I wanted to go that far on my very first trip, you know. I should have picked somewhere closer, like maybe Colorado or like, you know, somewhere like that with like mountains I would have enjoyed, but I just went straight for the Hawaii, you know. So lesson learned. Makes quite the interesting story, I think, though. And I had a great time at the hotel, so. Was it worth the spending $1,000 to spend one good night at a hotel? No, it was not. I can assure you that. Okay, so let's go in with some bronzer. I don't want anyone like freaking out and like asking for details about it, you know what I mean? Just it's over with. But it does feel nice to just vent about it. So what else should we talk about while we finish up? Maybe talk about Christmas that just passed. Christmas didn't really feel like Christmas this year for some reason. I don't know if anybody else felt that. I mentioned that in my live the other day, or the other week rather, a couple of weeks ago actually. It was just like sort of there, and I never really felt the spirit, which sucks. Maybe because we couldn't really have our little Christmas party we do because of COVID. I don't know, it was just sad. But of course actual Christmas was fun, it always is. But I usually get super into Christmas. Like, I put a tree in my room, I do my bed all Christmassy, and I just didn't even break out the decorations this year. Like, I was not motivated, so that sucked. Usually I really enjoy Christmas shopping. This year it sort of felt like a chore, which it never has for me, so that was weird. Yeah, I ordered a lot of gifts kind of last minute, so I was sort of like stressing, hoping they were gonna arrive on time. But I think I did really good with gifts for like not being super prepared. I tried to put actual like thought into them. I usually, when I buy gifts, I think of things I like. So this year I tried to think of like each individual person a little bit more. So, what are we gonna do for lips? Lippy lips. Let's do just putting